So like many other people, today I am in the process of cleaning up, getting rid of more junk wood, just trying to get things cleaned up, preparing for winter. Fire finally got going. It's been raining so much this whole summer that I meant to get this burnt up earlier, but I was hoping it would dry out so it would burn a little bit easier. All of this wood is pretty much waterlogged. You have to get a good fire going, get it hot enough just to get it to burn. Been working at this for a few hours and finally got a good fire going, and hopefully it'll dry out that stump and get it burnt up. It pretty much just rained all week, and I haven't really gotten up to much. I need to get my saw working, and I got it out and try to get it working on my greenhouse. But first I got to get these pile of lumber sorted through a little bit better, make a few more selections for my greenhouse, the bottom, and start building it. But I don't know, I need to get this lumber out of my way as well, because I need to get all of this out of my way. That's what I'm working on right now. Got the tractor out. We're gonna start tearing into that pile, and then I'll get up and tear into this pile and get it sorted out and restacked. But yeah, I was hoping to have this done already, but pretty much every night after work it was raining. Even had a few snowflakes that were falling. Nothing that collected, thank God. But I mean, if I didn't get this job done, it would just set me back next spring. But I hope to get this little corner of my property cleaned up. Looks like a mess right now, I know, but I hope to get it cleaned up and get that fence moved down into here so that I can have a bigger garden area next year. I probably won't move the fence until next year. Moose tend not to bug anything. There's nothing really to get bugged right now in my garden area anyway, but moose tend to not bug anything in the spring. Usually they disappear before you put plants out, but I will move that fence next year. I'm just going to leave this open this year just so I don't accidentally hit it with the pickup or with the tractor. When I'm running around, just gives me a little bit more area to maneuver, at least until I turn it into garden space. I plan on making this little corner garden, and we'll walk over here really quick. It's all muddy. Look at all that mud, just goop and yuck. Nothing but mud right now. Tractor's doing good getting through it, but and then this fence, this fence right here, I plan on bringing it over another 9 feet this direction, in between this tree and this tree, pretty much where that bush is, where that green is right there, and running it straight down around this tree and then heading that direction. So I'm planning on making my garden area quite a bit bigger just by buying 3 more sections of this. I bought 3, one for there, one to run from there to there, and then all of these panels will move down along here, and then one extra section for down here, and then one extra section for up there, up at the end of the garden area over. And yeah, just 3 sections. Kind of buys me a lot of room for my garden. And it'll still all be protected from the moose. I could just use this section out here for potatoes and not fence it in. But that would only be good for 1 year, because I never want to grow my potatoes in the same soil 2 years in a row. Because if you do it too many years in a row, that's how you get disease in your potatoes. You want to rotate your crops. And that's what I plan on doing. Keeping my crops rotated so I don't have to worry about the disease in the soil. Well, I'm going to get back at moving these cottonwood planks. Let me show you what I got here. It's just all cottonwood. But they're pretty nice cottonwood boards. And I want to keep them nice, keep them covered. Pretty wide. So, yeah, and then this 4x4 right there is probably another section of my greenhouse base. I need 2 12-foot long 4x4s, and I need 2 10-foot long 4x4s to get the bottom base going, and then from there I just start building walls. No, that's definitely a 12-footer. And it doesn't, for me and my greenhouse, it doesn't have to be perfectly 4x4. I'll make whatever I get work. That doesn't look like a true 4x4. That looks like a 3.5 by 3.5. That's about what it looks like to me. It might be a 3.5 by 4. But it'll work. Whichever way it's 4 inches is the way that I will be putting it up and down, and the 3.5 inch will go sideways. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it makes perfect sense to me, and since I'm the one building the greenhouse, I guess that's all that matters, as long as it makes sense to me. But yep, that'd be some nice, I don't know, I'd make some nice something. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it is really nice boards. For the most part, it was just off of a milling job I did for somebody. This is the extra wood that came off of the logs. They were huge logs, but he needed a huge piece of wood, so this is what I made. This is what I got extra out of that. It was 2 logs, and this is what I got extra out of them. So, very nice. At one point I was thinking maybe picnic bench or picnic table or something would be really cool, but I think I'd want it to be a little bit thicker for a picnic table. I'm not sure what I'll use them for, but I'm going to keep them around until I find a use for them. So here's one of the racks that I picked up in the springtime, one of the smaller racks, and that's where I'm going to stack my cottonwood in. I have some other boards on top, and I'll end up putting a tarp over the whole thing before I'm done, but I wanted to get these boards protected, and so these are the nicer looking boards right here. And now on top of that, I'm going to stick some of the uglier boards that I saved, and they still have the live edge on them because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. But I'll stick these on there, and that'll kind of help protect the nicer boards anyway, no matter what. That's just kind of how I do it. I use some of the uglier boards. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I use those to protect the nicer boards from the weather and the sun and everything, getting them bleached out really bad. But those are the nicer boards right now out of this stack. And right here, I think I'll be digging down. You can't really see it, but those 4x4s right there. I'll get those out of there, and that'll be part of my greenhouse. And that'll give me a chance to get this other stuff kind of fixed. It's been sitting here for a while and I haven't done anything with this wood, but I'm figuring this will be a good part of my greenhouse right here. And then and there's some more of my greenhouse. Got quite a bit of it piled up there. And I can also use some of that on my greenhouse. I'm thinking those 2x6s, now those are 12 foot long, but those 2x6s can be my roof, not really rafters, but my joists or whatever you want to call it, but I'll use those for my roof. But of course, it's starting to rain again, so I need to get this done. But yeah, see, I got that lumber piled up. I got another, I'll just show you really quick, why not? I have this pile right here. This is cottonwood again that I saved. A lot of nice siding in there. Some of those boards are nice and wide. That was cottonwood siding. That's all cottonwood siding. I got some more spruce back there. That's 10 foot long pieces. And this is what's left of my 8 foot long stack. I got rid of mostly 2x6s left now in there. But that's cottonwood right there. And then, yeah, that's a lot of siding right there. That's nice siding too. I mean, some of those pieces are, you know, this like that. That one's 14 inches across, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 of them. And these are 10-inch across, and I probably got another 2 dozen of those in there. And yeah, this end's getting a little bit wet, but you just cut that off and make it do. And this is my birch stack that I milled up and just saved. And I got quite a bit of birch sitting there that I'm not quite sure what I'll end up doing with it. Pretty nice. Some of it's warped, you know, it got put in there and left, and it will have warped, but for the most part it's pretty nice stuff. Milled it up and just never found a use for it yet. All air dried now though. Should be pretty good stuff in there. Like I said, some of it will be warped, but pretty cool. That stack, I've had that stack for a while, and this I milled up last year. That was milled up last year. This was milled up last year. Most all of this stuff back here was milled up either last year or some of it even the year before. That stack back there was at the end of last year. And that was last year as well. I did quite a bit of sawmilling last year, not so much this year just because it rained so much. I mean, even worse than last year. I was able to get a lot milled up at the beginning of summer last year, and not so much anything after July. I had to quit milling. So, but like I said, it's starting to rain pretty good. I'm gonna get this job done, get things covered back up so they don't get all wet, and I'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll quit raining here soon. And so that's as far as I made it today. Got most of that garbage all cleaned up, and I got all of this cleaned up. Still have one more stack of lumber here, but we're going to be on a rain delay on it. Just raining too much and the boards are getting slick and harder to manage. And these are some heavier boards, so yeah, I don't want to have an accident. I decided I was going to call it a day. Just a little bit too much rain. It's just drizzling, but it's adding up after a while. So that is some progress, but not near as enough. And I'd have to say, this year has been one of those years, if you're not willing to work in the rain, you're not going to get anything done. But I have worked in the rain quite a bit today already. And anything else I get done, I'm in good shape, so anything else I get done is just a plus for next year. If I don't get anything else done this year, then so be it. I'll just get it done next year. At least as far as the garden area and stuff is concerned, and the yard cleanup. And just because I haven't been able to get stuff done outside does not mean that we're not getting things done inside. We've got 8 pounds of carrots that we got canned up, and they're the baby carrots. I got a good deal on them. The bags were outdated, so got a good deal on those, 89 cents a pound. We've been doing grapes, and I know I told you in a previous video, and this is just some of the grapes that we've done this year. Nice little pile of grapes that are great for human treats and rabbit treats during the winter time. And then I have marshmallows that were on discount because they were outdated, and I bought 3 bags of them. We got them dehydrated. Those make for a really good Michael treat. I love those. Right now in the dehydrator we have some more grapes, we have mushrooms, and we have a little bit of zucchini left over from our garden. Getting it all dehydrated and storing it up for the winter. And then I got some Honeycrisp apples that got a really good buy on those, $1.29 a pound, and up here they're regularly $4.29 a pound, so that was a good deal. And then some plums that are just about at the end of their life, and we are going to make some apple plum butter and maybe a little bit of applesauce. And I'll probably be picking up some more of those apples to can up even more, because for $1.29 a pound that makes some good applesauce as well. Nice homemade applesauce. It's a nice treat for me. I really enjoy applesauce. So yep, just because I'm not able to get a whole lot of stuff done outside doesn't mean I'm not keeping busy inside. And all of this stuff here is also a good way for me to keep my stockpile up without draining the bank too much, because I get it all on discount or really good sales. And that's how we keep some stuff through the winter, when prices tend to go up even more. So that's where I'm going to end this video. Just a real short, silly video. Didn't really show you much, but what I'm up to, that's pretty much what my channel's about. Whatever I'm up to, that's what I put on videos. Thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska, and until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.